Okay, so Gerardo here just told me that he's 34, he already spent over 10 years in prison. We just had a super interesting conversation about the penal system in the US and his experiences with it. He's going to tell you a little bit about it. So how did you get in prison the first time, and how old were you?
Well, I was 15 years old. The first time I went to the juvenile correction center. I ended up doing 2.5 years on a 6-month sentence for being a knucklehead. But yeah, it was life changing. Seriously, I feel it makes people get worse. You experience a lot of racism, all kinds of stuff, and you're normally drawn to violence. You might not feel comfortable with having to beat up somebody, but if it calls to it, you got to do it. So if you get called out, somebody wants to fight you for whatever reason, you're not allowed to back up because you represent the Mexican race. And you're kind of forced into fighting. If not, you're gonna get beat up. And it's crazy. People stick to their people, and sometimes you can't get along with a black guy for whatever reason because you don't know what to expect from him. You don't know if tomorrow things are gonna go wrong and you're gonna have to defend yourself from this guy or anything, hurt that person or whatever. So it's a different experience in there.
So what happened when you got out?
I got acquaintance with people that generally were criminals, and I kept on instead of being a life-changing experience going from bad to good. No, it kind of like set me on the bad path even more.
So what happened next in your life? So you spent 2.5 years when you were 15. You got out when you were 17. Is that right?
Yeah, I was 17. I was out for about a year, and I started moving drugs, and I ended up getting caught with marijuana, going back to prison for another 2 years. It's been constantly, in and out of prison. And after I came back, I went back in for transporting illegal aliens or undocumented people or whatever.
From Mexico, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm from the border, so there's a lot of crime having to do with Mexico and the United States, drug trafficking, human trafficking. Pretty much that's all that goes down in the border. And being locked up at so young of an age kind of got me introduced to that lifestyle. People that were from my hometown, that's what they were doing. That's what we were doing when we got back home. Instead of trying to correct our lives or whatever, no, we were trying to make a living. I got out in March, so I've been out for like 5-6 months, something like that.
And the last time was for drugs or for trafficking aliens?
Yeah, drugs. I got caught in 2014. 2014, I got caught with possession. I had some drugs on me, and
What kind of drugs?
I got caught with some coke, personal use.
Yeah.
Personal use, and I was drunk, and I had some possession, and I got pulled over. And because of my history, I got 2 years. My brother passed away from using heroin, and he tried to let that go, and he got involved. Using methadone and stuff, and using alcoholics. So his liver finally gave out, and it's weird. It's bad, and I don't. Right now, I've been clean since I've been out. I'm doing good, and I'm hoping to stay on this good path. But I've been through a lot, basically.
Have your brothers been in prison?
Yeah, all of us have been in prison.
Have all of your friends been in prison?
Most of them, yeah. I don't think I have a friend who hasn't.
What is your main motivation to stay out of prison?
My girls, I got 3 beautiful girls, and that's my whole motivation. That's what got me out here on the road right now, trying to have money for my daughters and me, and I want, I don't know, the American dream, right? I want to own a big, beautiful house. I want to have the new Escalade parked in the garage and just be at my disposal to take out my family as I please, and that's what motivates me.
Are you confident that you're going to stay out of prison for the next 5 years?
I hope so. It's hard to say, right? Living in this country is hard to say.